Hey, y'all, picture Theory on a flight, settled into your hard-earned first-class seat, ready for a moment of peace, when someone decides they deserve it more than you. That's exactly what happened to Lena Harper, and let me tell you, her story's a wild ride of grit, smarts, and a little bit of karma that'll leave you cheering. Stick around. This one's gonna hit you right in the feels, and I want to hear where you're watching from in the comments. Let's get into it. Lena Harper sank into seat 1A, her window framing a killer sunset over Dallas-Fort Worth, all fiery orange and pink streaking across the sky. She exhaled, letting the week's stress a grueling string of tech boardroom battles melt away. As the CEO of Horizon Labs, a startup she'd clawed into existence from a tiny apartment in Oak Cliff, this flight to Seattle wasn't just a trip. It was her shot to lock in a game-changing deal with a major investor. First class wasn't a flex for Lena, it was a rare treat. A nod to how far she'd come from a kid scraping by in a neighborhood where dreams were big but opportunities were slim. Her mom's words echoed in her head. Work hard, Lena, and don't let anyone tell you you don't belong. She adjusted her scarf, sipped her sparkling water, and let the hum of the plane's engines wrap her in calm until it didn't. Enter Claire Vanderholt, strutting into first class like she owned the plane, her designer purse swinging like a badge of honor. Trailing her was her friend, Mia, looking like she'd rather be anywhere else. Claire's voice cut through the cabin, loud and sharp. There's got to be a mistake. This is my seat. Lena glanced up, her gut tightening, but she kept her cool. Claire stood over her, all fake smiles and cold eyes. Sweetie, I'm a Platinum Sky member. I always get one. I'd probably be happier back in coach. No offense. The no offense was dripping with it, and Lena caught the subtext. Claire's quick glance at her skin, her casual dismissal of Lena's right to be there. Lena's voice was steady. This is my seat. Booked it months ago, thanks. Claire's smile twitched, her friend shifting awkwardly. But before Lena could go back to her notes, Claire waved over a flight attendant, Tom, who looked like he'd rather deal with a mid-flight engine failure. Tom checked Lena's boarding pass, his brows furrowing, then handed it back. Ma'am, this is your seat. No mistake. Claire's face soured. That's impossible. I'm a Platinum Skydo. You know how much I spend with this airline. Lena leaned back, unfazed. Sounds like a you problem, not mine. The cabin went quiet, passengers sneaking glances, the air thick with tension. Claire huffed, storming off with Mia in tow, muttering about entitled nobodies. But Lena knew this wasn't over. Seen Claire's type before, the kind who'd burn the world down before admitting they're wrong. Sure enough, 10 minutes later, another woman swept in. Regina Tate, all sharp cheekbones and tailored blazer, her platinum hair pinned like a crown. She zeroed in on Lena's seat, her voice icy. Excuse me, there's been a mix-up. 1A is mine. Lena's exhaustion flared into quiet anger. This again. She met Regina's gaze. No mix-up, this is my seat. Regina's eyes narrowed. I'm sure you'd be more comfortable elsewhere. Business class, maybe? The dig was clear, and the cabin felt like it was holding its breath. Tom reappeared, looking frazzled, and suggested Lena move to resolve this smoothly. Lena's jaw tightened. I booked this seat for a reason. I'm staying. Regina scoffed. Do you know who I am? I'm a Diamond Elite. I don't do other seats. Lena's reply was calm, lethal. Then I guess you're learning something new today. The supervisor, Karen, stepped in, her voice tight. MS. Harper, could you consider relocating? It's still first class. Lena's fingers gripped her armrest, her mom's words ringing again. Didn't let them push you out. I paid for this seat, she said, her voice like steel. I'm not moving for anyone's ego. Regina's face flushed. This is outrageous. I'll have your job, she snapped at Karen, who looked torn, caught between a loyal customer and Lena's unshakable resolve. The cabin was a pressure cooker, passengers pretending to read but hanging on every word. Then Lena made her move. She pulled out her phone, dialed a number, and spoke coolly. Hey, Marcus, it's Lena. I'm on flight 827 to Seattle, and the crew's trying to bully me out of my seat for some elite member. Her voice was steady, but the threat was clear. If this isn't fixed before takeoff, I'm taking it to the board. Regina's smugness faltered, Karen's face paled, and Tom looked like he might bolt. Lena hung up, her eyes locking on Regina. You might want to sit down now. The captain appeared, his presence commanding. MS. Harper stays in 1A. End of discussion. Regina's protests died as he added, refuse, and you're off this plane. Minutes later, the intercom crackled. We're delayed briefly, corporates stepping in. Whispers rippled through the cabin. Two suits from corporate boarded, their faces all business, and pulled Karen and Tom aside. Lena didn't need to hear the conversation to know what was coming. When the suits re-emerged, they announced Tom and Karen were off the flight, their conduct unacceptable. Regina, still fuming, tried one last stand. What about me? I'm the victim here. The suit's reply was ice cold. Your status is revoked, MS. Tate, and you're leaving now. Security escorted her out, her protests fading into the terminal. As the plane finally took off, Lena gazed out at the fading city lights, a quiet smile tugging at her lips. This wasn't just about a seat, it was about respect, about standing firm when the world tries to shove you aside. Weeks later, the airline rolled out new training, a silent nod to Lena's fight. She didn't gloat, she didn't need to. Karma had done its job. So what do you think? Was Lena right to dig in, or should she have compromised for peace? Drop your thoughts below, share this if it hit home, and subscribe for more stories where the underdog flips the script. Let's keep the conversation going.